Halloween by Heinrichs, illustrated by Terry Widener. This is the title page. Here is the table of contents. Chapter 1, Trick or Treats. Witches and ghosts dangle in windows. Black cats lurk in the bushes. Jack-o'-lanterns glow with a toothy grin. Boo! It's Halloween. Kids in costumes run giggling down the streets. They ring their neighbors' doorbells. What a sight they are as they shout, "Trick or treats!" Chapter 2, A Scary Night. How did we get Halloween? It's a long story. It began with the ancient Celtic people. They once lived in Great Britain and Ireland. November 1st was the Celtic New Year. The night before, Celts held a festival. It was called Samhain. Celts believed the spirits of the dead rose up that night. They roamed around, causing trouble. How could people scare them off? By wearing costumes. People tried to look as scary as could be. Some even wore animal heads. They made lots of noise too. They had to scare those spirits away. Chapter 3, Roman Festivals. Many other ancient people held fall festivals. Fall was the time to gather crops. People celebrated their harvest then. Ancient Romans held Feralia in October. This was a time to honor the dead. Another Roman festival honored Ponoma. She was the goddess of fruit and trees. Her symbol was the apple. The Romans took over Celtic lands. They joined their fall festivals with Samhain. Then everyone's customs got jumbled together. Chapter 4, All Hallows Eve. In time, Christian beliefs spread through Europe. Old beliefs died out, but people still liked their traditional fall festivals. Christian leaders used this. They simply changed the festival's meanings. They made November 1st All Saints' Day. It was also called All Hallows' Day. Something hallowed is considered holy. All Hallows' Day was meant to honor the Christian saints. The night before was October 31st. That was All Hallows' Eve. Some people called it All Hallows' Evening, or Ein, and that became the word Halloween. Chapter 5, Costumes, Mischief, Apples, and Fun. Irish and British people eventually became Christians. Still, they kept some old customs. October 31st might be All Hallows' Eve, but it was still a scary night. That's when spirits roamed around. People dressed as witches and ghosts, and they caused lots of mischief. It all helped scare the spirits away. Apples were also part of Halloween. They recalled the Roman goddess Pomona. Bobbing for apples became a Halloween game. People floated apples in a tub of water. Then they tried to grab the apples with their teeth. Candy-coated apples became Halloween treats too. Immigrants brought their Halloween customs to the United States. These customs lost their old meanings over time. They simply became ways to have fun. Halloween continued to be a night for scary things. Like what? Witches, skeletons, black cats, spiders, and bats. Chapter 6, Begging for Treats. November 2nd became a Christian holiday too. It was named All Souls' Day. That was a day to honor the dead. Christians in Europe went souling that day. They traveled from village to village, knocking on doors. At each house, they begged a different family for soul cakes. Those were little squares of bread with berries inside. The beggars made promises in return. They would pray for the family's dead loved ones. This custom eventually came to the United States. It became part of Halloween. Now children go trick-or-treating. They beg for candy treats. Chapter 7, The Jack-o'-lantern. There's an Irish folktale about a man named Jack. He played tricks on the devil. After Jack died, the devil got even. He made Jack wander around at night. Jack could only use a tiny light to see where he was going. The light was a burning lump of coal. Jack carried it inside a hollowed-out turnip. This folktale led to an Irish Halloween custom. People carved out a turnip, potato, or beets. Inside, they put a glowing lump of coal. They called it Jack's Lantern, or Jack of the Lantern. That became the word jack-o'-lantern. Many Irish people moved to the United States. Once there, they used big pumpkins for the lanterns. Today, many people make jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween. They just carve a scary face on a pumpkin and put a candle inside. Chapter 8, The Day of the Dead. Mexicans celebrate Dia de los Muertos. That means Day of the Dead. It falls on November 2nd, All Souls Day. Both All Souls Day and Dia de los Muertos are meant to honor loved ones who have died. But Dia de los Muertos celebrations begin days before November 2nd. This festival fits right in with Halloween. Children wear skeleton costumes and people eat candy shaped like skulls. They also make altars to the dead. They're decorated with candles, flowers, and photos. It's not a sad festival at all. It celebrates a loved one's life. Chapter 9, Poetry Corner. 5 little pumpkins. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "Let's run and run and run." The fifth one said, "I'm ready for some fun." Ooh, went the wind, and out went the light, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. 3 little witches. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little witches, flying over haystacks, flying over ditches, slid down the moon without any hitches. Hi-ho, Halloween's here. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little witches flew by a fence and tore their breeches. Had to go home and get some stitches. Hi-ho, Halloween's here. Trick or treat. Out we go to trick or treat. We don't care who we will meet. Witches, goblins, ghosts in a sheet. We're scary too, from head to feet. Owls are hooting, bat wings beat, but nothing can stop us from trick or treat. Give us that apple, that would be neat, or give us something really sweet. We will share what we get to eat, just so we get to go trick or treat. Joining in the spirit of Halloween. Is there a pumpkin farm in your area? Visit the farm and pick out a pumpkin, then chat with the farmers. Ask how many Halloween pumpkins they sell. Draw a face on your pumpkin with a magic marker, then have a grown-up help you carve around the lines you have drawn. Is there a children's hospital in your community? Visit the children before Halloween. Bring craft materials and help them make decorations. Do you know a Mexican American? Ask how he or she celebrates Dia de los Muertos. This is a way you can make spooky spiders. Here you can make an egg carton spider. This is a glossary of terms you may be unfamiliar with. And if you would like to learn more, here are some books and websites. This is the index of terms you may want to find more information about. The end.